Game week's here, gentlemen.
Indeed.
It is indeed here. World Cup starts Thursday, and we are 6 days away from the U.S. and Ghana. Welcome, everybody, to episode 42 of the Matt Ryan Show. And Ryan, we got a special guest in the studio.
This guy. Where do we get this guy from?
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here.
The legend himself, Sean Bro, is in the house.
Thanks you guys for having me.
Absolutely, man. Same here. We've come a long way from the Lumina days.
Yeah.
And now we're on YouTube.
Young conditions.
What's going on here?
I don't know what is.
I don't know what is going on. We're doing a show. That's what's
You're
going
doing the double broadcast again, man. That's what.
No, I actually fixed it this time. I think
it's not happening.
That's starting to become a tradition now. Maybe we
Right.
just keep doing
Just
it.
mess up the broadcast because you have it aired on YouTube 30 seconds delayed.
Exactly. But guys, USA Ghana coming up on Monday the 16th. The first of what everybody's calling the group of death for a reason.
Yes.
It's close, yeah. I mean, between them and England and Italy, that's a tough, with Uruguay in there, too. That's going to be a...
Oh, that's true. They all are three in the same group.
In the same
That's
group.
going to be a tough one, too. But, yeah, USA drew the group of death, in my opinion.
It was not pretty fair. And then even was Group B is another tough one with Spain, the Netherlands, and Chile. Especially Chile playing on their home continent. That's going to be now Spain. I believe will easily get out, but the battle for second will be interesting in that one, just like it will be in our group as well.
Well, you look at us. We're in a group with the number 2 team in the world, the number 4 team in the world, and Ghana, who's a very underranked. What do you say? 34?
I think it was somewhere in the mid-30s. I'm not sure how that's coming.
I think the only reason these guys are ranked as low as they are is their age, and they play in Africa. So Nigeria, who we beat on Saturday,
we're technically the champions of Africa.
They are the champions. They are the defending champions of Africa, and they are a better team on paper and on the pitch than Ghana.
Friendlies, though.
You're right.
When the real deal comes, Ghana's going to be there. Everybody's going to be playing their best game. I mean, it's there. It's the World
Everyone's
Cup.
going to be in top form.
It's true.
They'll be in top form.
So,
guys, what would you say is the keys to this game? I think this is one of those games that potentially really could end up being a so-called shootout in soccer terms.
I think it's going to be one in the midfield. I mean, they have Michael Essien, and they also have Suleiman Tare. I mean, they're pretty stacked midfield. Both of them play for AC Milan. And they have Asamoah Gyan there. They have a good striker. He
ate us up last year.
Slaughtered us. I mean, pretty much.
4 years ago, should I say.
4 years ago. Ghana's been a thorn in our side. So, I mean, it's time to step up. It's the World Cup's here, and I'm hoping for the best with the U.S. I mean, honestly, as an American and just as a soccer fan, it's time we put forth our best effort.
That's right. I think Asamoah Gyan, now 4 years older, he's still young enough to burn us the way he did 4 years ago in the World Cup. We fought a well-fought match and we lost 2-1 in extra time, and Dempsey really and truthfully could have won it. If you remember in that last shot in the 120th minute, Dempsey really had a chance to finalize it. I think the real X factor here, at least on the pitch, is going to be a guy named Jordan Ayew. He had a hat trick against South Korea, and he seems to be one of the young and upcoming talents, as well as Kevin Prince Boateng, who's only 27 and played well against us 4 years ago, plays for AC Milan. It's his most recent club, and of course for Ghana. These guys have some real international talent, but at the same time, the United States finally also has some real international talent as far as American players playing for international clubs. Of course, we've got Dempsey, we've got the likes of Julian Green. Josie Altidore finally broke out of his drought and scored 2 against Nigeria on Saturday. Matt, I know we talked a lot about this on Saturday, and then before we broadcast, our back line finally looks solid with the solidification of DeMarcus Beasley in that back line.
Yeah, if out of nowhere, DeMarcus Beasley seems to have found the fountain of youth. He's playing his best ball, if anything, at the right time for the U.S. right now. And I was curious to see how they were going to start gelling with guys like Besler and everybody else back there, Fabian Johnson.
His speed makes him a really good defensive back. I mean, even the mistakes he makes, he can catch up to almost anybody in the world. To be honest with you, he's that quick of a player. But that one slip up we had with the penalty kick with Omar Gonzalez had just come in. I don't know if he didn't have his legs, and we just got to make sure that doesn't happen. I mean, honestly, when you sub in somebody, you just got to be ready to play. And he kind of got roasted on that one play, and that led to Beasley tackling that guy in the box. gave them a PK. So
Yeah,
can't-
and that's 2 games in a row we've done that
yeah,
late in the
you
game.
can't be doing that against. I mean, you give opportunities like that to Germany and Portugal, you might as well just pack it up and go home. I mean, we just got to play our best ball.
Oh,
when it comes down.
especially if you you can have Howard who's on, they can be on the top end and that kind of stuff. Go and kick with Ronaldo and these other guys.
And I think it'll be just the Ghana game. Besides that, when we play Germany, I think we'll play our best ball. Honestly, I think they're gonna want to do it for Klinsmann. I think that's just gonna be an unbelievable game for him. And I mean, he's from there, so we'll play up.
And here's another interesting scenario. Somebody was saying that what if Germany goes ahead and gets 6 points right off the bat, beats Portugal and Ghana in their first 2 matches, then they come to our match. They already have the group 1 and all that stuff. I'm not necessarily saying they take a game off, but do you think they go more into coast mode to make sure they have fresh legs for the round of 16? And if anything, that can benefit the U.S. Because you got to think the U.S. is going to be maybe playing more hungry in that game, unless what if we shock the world and beat Ghana and Portugal and we both have 6 points? Then you're playing for the group.
It could unfold that way, Matt. And I'm not saying that Germany's going to sit there and take their 3rd game off should they already have 6 points. Let's play the hypothetical game.
Right.
We beat Ghana in game 1. That gives us 3. Germany beats Portugal in game 1. That gives them 3. We tie Portugal to get 4. Germany gets past Ghana. So we have 4. Germany has 6. Ghana has 0. And Portugal has 1. Portugal and Portugal will be playing for survival.
Right.
And all we're playing for is a draw to make sure we advance.
But then also,
Germany has already locked up the W to advance.
But if you think of it this way, they would advance. Then it also, what if the U.S. wins? They get some 7. They win the group.
And then we get the easier,
potentially
the easier draw.
I mean, there's no easy draw. Germany is, in my opinion, is not taking a game off. They have so many. Their bench is so deep with players who play in the Premier League and in the Bundesliga. I mean, there's no way. I mean, because you want to give your best shot, maybe playing one of these weak teams that come out of, this number 2 seed out of a weak bracket. Because some of these, other than the group of death in Italy and Uruguay, I mean, some of these people have very weak, in my opinion, weak brackets. That was just the luck of the draw. So, I mean, you want to play that team that you
could potentially end up, if you win your group, you could potentially end up playing somebody like Greece in the round of 16.
Yeah,
potentially.
And the thing is, I mean, you're gonna to be the champion, you're gonna have to beat somebody who's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just. But I mean, you definitely want to get the higher seed. There's no doubt about it.
In fact, the crazy thing is, Ryan, you and I were talking about this a couple of episodes ago. If the U.S. finishes 2nd in their group, they could potentially actually get a favorable draw going on. In fact, we got the bracket right here behind us. I think.
Who was it?
We're assuming if they finish 2nd in Group G, they play the winner of Group H, which
we predicted
we probably think
Belgium.
We picked Belgium. It would be
Belgium, in my opinion, is the dark horse of this tournament.
Right.
Because they are stacked. They had a setback. They had Christian Benteke, who plays for Aston Villa, went down with Achilles injury. But I mean, they're stacked. They got Hazard. They're just from top to bottom. They have the goalie from Liverpool, Mignolet.
You're right. I forgot he's from Belgium.
They have a crazy team. If you look at them on paper, they're young too, which is really crazy. And I also predict, in my opinion, Russia coming out of that bracket.
Yeah, I think that one may be a toss-up between them and the Korea Republic. Algeria, not that they weren't talented, but Ryan and I remember talking about this. I think those other 3 teams are just light years behind them in that group.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, by far, in my opinion.
But I remember, I think it was maybe 2 years ago, the U.S. played Belgium, actually lost to them, and then we went ahead and beat Germany's B team. But like we mentioned, friendlies are a lot different.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
so it makes you wonder, how do the U.S., I guess, sort of match up against these styles? And Belgium, they reminded me a lot of Germany when we played them. I don't know if they had similar styles or what.
They're just killer in the midfield, killer on offense. It's just Belgium, in my opinion, dark horse tournament. I'm calling it right now.
Well, Vegas thinks so too. I believe they're a top 6 seed when it comes to the odds too.
Wow. Yeah, I think heading into just this Ghana match against the Red Stars, the way that we played against Nigeria on Saturday showed much of how we're going to have to play against Ghana come next Monday, because Nigeria's got a lot of speed on the pitch too, and should the back line hold the way that they're supposed to, the speed won't affect us as much. You've got Beasley back there who's really adding a lot of World Cup experience. If I'm not mistaken, this is his 3rd.
Yeah.
His 3rd World Cup?
No, this is his 4th.
This is his 4th.
This is his 4th.
He would be the only American to ever do 4.
Exactly.
Everybody thought it would be Donovan, but
and he's tied with the likes I've heard this one.
Alexi Lalas.
I think Pele and Maradona is what they said is the most for the most World Cups, 4 consecutive.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yeah, that's
To be in that company.
That's gonna be a crazy trivia question one day. Is like, who's the only American playing 4 World Cups? And people are thinking right off that, it's gonna be like Landon Donovan or Alexi Lalas, or
Tony Viola.
Tony Viola, yeah, back in the goaltender, like it's gonna be DeMarcus Beasley, unless he doesn't make it to the field in game 1 somehow.
Let's not say that.
Right, not going wood here.
Yeah,
Sean, I think what you said is the big key, is that the game's going to be one of the midfield. Bradley's really in top form.
Bradley's amazing.
And I read an article this past weekend that kind of summed up what we saw on Saturday, and you see the diamond coming back from the old AC Milan Italy days of the early 2000s with Gattuso at the base of the diamond, who you would think Gattuso at the base of the diamond would be the first line of defense, but he's actually the first line of offense to set up the ball moving forward. And you see a lot of that out of Jermaine Jones. Jermaine Jones really played a phenomenal game on Saturday, playing the base of that diamond with Bradley at the top, and you've got guys on the outsides where you got Dempsey, who can move from almost a right forward wing to a striker, and then Altidore, of course, is waiting at the top.
They got him as a rover. Yeah, he plays a little bit further back than Altidore, but yeah, like I said, Michael Bradley is going to be make or break for our team, in my opinion. He's up there. He's one of the best players in the world. I mean, he played for Roma. He ended up going back to Toronto right now, which a lot of the players are coming back home to play, which is good. And I hope just it doesn't affect.
Yeah, it was Dempsey's over there in Seattle, right?
Seattle,
yep.
Yeah,
He has come back from Fulham.
Yeah. So
yeah, Seattle's got a damn good club. Kind of getting off topic, but the Seattle Sounders are a damn good football club.
And then getting back to USA Ghana, you go to goaltenders. I think if anything, that might be the area that the U.S. actually has a significant advantage.
Stacked.
I mean, Tim Howard, he's one of the best goaltenders in the world.
his backup plays in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, it's a Guzan. He's a hell of a guy too. I was joking with a friend of mine at work today. They were talking about Mexico having a couple injuries from their second to last game ago. Having them out for the World Cup. And I was sort of joking where it was like, hey, you guys need a goaltender, because I think they actually have like a pretty stiff competition. They still don't know who they're going to start yet, because I think they have 2 or 3 decent guys. And I was kind of joking. It's like, hey, you want Guzan? We'll trade you for like your best defensive player, to help us out. Because one thing Mexico has is speed.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
we'll give you Guzan for Chicharito.
Especially
because he's not even in the starting 11.
Giovanni Dos Santos as well.
Yeah.
But
so, guys, it comes down to this. What do you think are the U.S.'s realistic chances against Ghana?
I think we can win. I mean, honestly, my heart's telling me we can take this, either come out second or win our bracket. We play our best soccer.
You never know. You really never know.
I mean, that's why you show up. This is what it is. It's passion. People are gonna play. I mean, some of it's how the ball rolls. Something penalties.
Yep.
Stuff can happen.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
I think against Ghana, period. I think, Matt, like you said early on in the broadcast, I think this could turn into an offensive shootout for all intents and purposes for soccer.
Yeah, a
3-2, 4-2 match.
Yeah, you could easily see 3 or 4 goals.
The one advantage we have over Ghana is Ghana's lack of defense.
Right.
They play. If you look at their formation, their back line plays a lot more towards midfield because they like to keep the ball pushed more forward, and that leaves the open opportunity for the likes of Altidore, the likes of Dempsey, for Bradley to put a ball through on a counter strike. I want to see what Discarud. I want to see what Discarud's going to add to this equation.
Do you see him being maybe the first sub off the bench?
I could. Okay. I could, because I think he adds in a lot of fresh legs and he plays well on both sides of the ball.
He's got some speed.
But that's the thing, is he plays well on both sides of the ball. He's a good defender, but he's also does really well in setting up offensive strikes from midfield.
Do you see the U.S. using any other subs, like maybe a Brad Davis or something like that as well, or do you think we're kind of settling with those 11 and maybe having one guy come up?
Brad Davis, to me, he's like a marksman. He can put the ball. He's a corner kick, free kick. Yeah, exactly. Put the ball on somebody's. Kind of as Donovan was, but I mean,
like you said, the key word there was.
Man, that's a tough one. Klinsmann. I love Klinsmann, but man, in my opinion, that was a terrible, terrible mistake.
But I guess we'll find out soon enough. That's what it is.
We could have left Bedoya over here in the United States.
Oh, Bedoya. At least we didn't take break shape.
Dude, I like his hair. We got your boy. Who's the dude with the dreads? We got him.
Oh, Beckerman.
Yeah, Beckerman.
That dude needs to shave his head. Did you see the back of it? Did you see his tattoo?
Yes.
He's got a line with dreads on the back of his shirt, his like middle of his back. Pretty good. You got
Surprise.
Yeah, but we'll definitely recap this match next week and preview Portugal. But switching to the other football guys, minicamp started today out in Metairie for the Saints, and football's going to be here before we know it.
Who that?
And one of the guys of course, Jerry's Burr was out today. He had a procedure done, and he's going to be
back.
plenty okay in time for training camp, all that stuff. But from what I was reading, a couple guys have been standing out. One thing, especially in the wide receiver part, Nick Toon has been making headlines. Yeah, you're right. It's sort of make or break for him.
He's not playing cartoons.
He is not playing cartoons. He needs to quit watching Rugrats or Doug Yancey.
Bring on noise.
And then I heard Griffin, the backup quarterback, looked pretty good today as well.
He won't see the field.
I hope he does. I hope he does. Unless it's in mop-up duty.
Yeah. I'll tell you two things about Ryan Griffin. He's either going to be a really powerful trade tool the next 2 seasons, or he's going to be the one shaping up behind Drew Brees, much like Aaron Rodgers did behind Brett Favre. Because he came from Coach Jackson's Tulane offense, which was shaped off of New Orleans offense.
Yes.
And now Coach Jackson is with us, and so is Griffin. So the transition for him, as we knew, was real easy. So should Drew have his last 3 years, 4 years with us, and Griffin's still with us, Griffin be the perfect person to fill in that spot. The only problem is if he fills in that late, he's already 6 years into his career and never started a game in his life.
So he may be Aaron Rodgers waited, 5 years?
I think it was 5 years. 4 at least.
Yeah.
Let's see him on the field before we anoint him as the second coming of Drew Brees.
I'm not anointing anybody as the second coming of Drew Brees. There is no In Brees We Trust Part 2.
Yeah.
But we do like Ryan Griffin on our bench just in case something happens. But nothing's going to happen because he has the power of Jesus Breezes.
This is true. I also heard Jimmy Graham was playing a game of pickup with Anthony Davis in the parking lot today because he was not out in the football field. That was a joke, by the way.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah, they're still disagreeing on some numbers out there. Yeah, it's all
Dude,
about
just shut up, take the check, and play some ball.
Loomis is gonna lose, but Loomis also keeps us somehow he keeps us under the cap.
I don't like the situation. I mean, love Graham. It's all people. I mean, people want money. That's what it comes down to. I mean,
you got to feed your children like Charles Grant.
True.
Because a $30 million contract wasn't enough for that.
Apparently not. Give me $500K. I'll go play for the Saints tomorrow.
$500K would be a nice salary for sure, but we'll see more from the Saints the next 2 days, and maybe we'll see a little bit more come out as far as who's standing out and stuff like that. It's basically the blue ball tease until training camp and preseason starts, because you get 2 more days of minicamp, and then everything else is close to the public. They may have a few more OTAs, but other than that, it's not really much going on in the world of football for sure.
Not yet.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what Cook's gonna do.
Yeah, that's right. They said he's supposed to join the team next week for OTAs. I think he's finishing up his degree, I want to say, or taking finals out there. And what are the other rookies going to do? Jean Baptiste, I want to see what he can do in the secondary. And then
like his name.
I do like his name. And also
Stanley.
And of course,
Stan the man.
And of course, the champ is here. Hopefully, he's still got. If he's a shell of his former self, I'll take that.
Matt, is Champ there?
Can I speak to Champ?
Can I speak to Champ? He's here. He's in New Orleans.
The Champ is indeed here.
As long as he doesn't get roasted, we'll be on good terms. We got beast safeties. I mean, just play a little bit coverage, man. That's all we need to do.
Speaking of safety, I heard Raphael Bush not only picked off Brees, but he also picked off Griffin today. I was like,
all right.
That's a sign of things to come.
Raphael the Ninja Turtle also was out there on the field.
Was he signing people up?
Yes, he was.
Nice.
Karate kicking him in the face.
Karate kicking him in the face. I always liked his intensity. You need that kind of intensity.
He brings some noise.
The anger management, Raphael, you need that on the field for sure.
No doubt.
But before we get out, we'll do some more rapid fires, Ryan. I like to do at the end.
Yeah.
College World Series coming up. The team that the 3 of us at least wanted in there, bowed out a couple weeks back. But guys, do you even care? And 2, who you got winning it all?
1, I'm gonna just say this.
No.
Guess who doesn't have to eat crow?
Ah, yes.
This guy.
That now do you also not have to financially be?
Nope.
Okay.
I have no financial obligations
Good,
to any sort of beverages to anybody by the name of Lindsay. Nope. Whose last name just so happens to be a mascot of the University of Virginia. Nope. None. Hey, great season, UL. Congratulations. But your Cinderella story is
Yes,
over.
congratulations to UL because the University of Louisville is indeed in the World Series.
Yes, congratulations to UL because they are in the World Series.
Come on, we're not good. We couldn't.
You can't, nope. Can't let it go that easy. Can't let it go that easy.
I actually like Virginia to win it all. They've been one of the most stacked teams all year, and I see Vanderbilt getting on the other side of the bracket. Either them or Louisville. You know, those two teams I think are light years beyond Texas, who is just not that good.
Yeah, I personally do not care. Once LSU went out there.
Yeah, kind of goes downhill from there. As long as Ole Miss gets embarrassed, that's all I think people really care about right now.
LSU, that was just a heartbreaker. I had to sit there and watch it on ESPN3 just to watch them get rammed.
The old HDMI cable. I don't know if any of that will change, but hopefully it does next year. Maybe the SEC network.
Cool thing about Xbox Live. You can watch ESPN3 via Xbox Live. I discovered that the second game of the LSU Houston
That's
series.
right. Whether you got the 360 or the one, both of them have it.
Sure enough. Made my day a whole lot better because I didn't need to use my laptop.
Exactly.
With that being said, the only team I really give a damn about in this tournament is the Cardinals. I've always liked UL. I've always liked Louisville. In any sport, I like watching Teddy Bridgewater stomp all over Florida a couple years ago. I like watching the basketball team. They've always been my team outside the SEC. So with that being said, I hope the real UL brings home the ring that the other UL wannabes couldn't.
Before we go off, we got a couple of our golf fans out there who wanted me to do this. Who'd you pick to win the U.S. Open this week?
Who's playing?
Everybody but Tiger.
Phil.
Bubba Watson.
I got Phil this week. Watson's definitely a contender.
Is Phil gonna be arrested on the 18th for insider trading? Him and Martha Stewart gonna be going to prison.
Maybe he's got some insider putting going on. I don't know.
He's like being investigated for insider trading.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
He's being investigated. It's not allegedly he's being investigated, but
right.
Allegedly he committed a crime.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Just like Ray alleged. Never mind.
Ray did not see nothing.
I didn't see
Ray
nothing.
Lewis.
He took PTI. Oh, I thought that's a joke about Ray Rice.
Oh, no, yeah, he did.
No, we're talking about Ray Lewis.
Oh. He didn't see nothing.
Ray Rice didn't see nothing either.
Neither did his girlfriend.
Oh!
Overhand right.
Haymaker.
Oh, guys, do you have anything else before we sign off on this always entertaining show?
Just, you got NBA tonight. Any prediction?
I like the Heat in Game 3. First game back at home in Miami. Air conditioning does work.
Oh, man. I'm a LeBron fan.
That was surprising because he's probably in the best shape out of all of them.
Everybody gave him flack for that. I mean, dude, try to play in 92-degree weather. I mean, the best player in the world, by far.
You can't mess with heat stress. I mean, and if you get dehydrated, you're gonna cramp up. It's science.
Yeah, and then everybody wanted to say, why didn't he keep playing through the cramps? Because if you keep playing through cramps and you pull a hamstring, you can't play through the entire finals.
Yeah, he
went back in the game and he scored one basket and had to come out again.
Yeah.
With that being said, anybody who watches this show already knows my opinion. One, I hate the Spurs. I hate Tony Parker. I hate Manu Ginobili. I think they all need to retire. I think Pop's a great coach. Two,
Pop's
like you,
the best coach.
I'm a big LeBron fan. Been a LeBron fan for the past decade. I was a fan of him in Cleveland. I like Dwayne Wade. I like LeBron and Dwayne Wade together. Chris Bosh, I didn't know crap about him until he went to Miami. I didn't follow Toronto. All I know is he looks like a velociraptor, but he's been playing some pretty good ball lately.
He's got a giraffe neck.
He's got a giraffe neck.
I like to interview Pops and ask him what he eats for dinner. Just ask him small things. He always answers these questions just like, no.
Yes.
We should have not had turnovers.
That's right.
Like,
so Pops, you shouldn't have had apple turnovers for dinner, Pops.
Pops, what's your favorite movie?
It's true.
Fox is a breeze, Pops.
He win tonight.
Yeah.
I say 8. I say he win by 8 tonight at home. And I also think this series goes 6, max. As long as you get the AC fixed in AT&T Center.
They did the second night.
You saw what happened. And y'all saw what happened.
I tell you, been two competitive games. It's been fun to watch. Actually, I could care less about either team, but it's just for me. I just like watching good basketball.
LeBron goes 25 and 12 tonight.
That might be an off night for him. He's been beasting in the playoffs.
He did beast 30 and 10, 35 and 10, no? 30 and 10, something like that.
Okay, all right, well, 25 and 12.
And then also, even though they lost in game one, did Jesus Shuttleworth find the fountain of youth on that breakaway dunk?
Ray Allen, he got game. That's all I'm saying.
He does indeed.
Oh, I see what you did there. You're clever.
Thanks.
We need to bring him on more often.
Well, that was implied.
He dunked. That's all I'm saying. It was a one-handed dunk for a 90-year-old man. Quite impressive. And he can still shoot the 3-ball.
He can.
You know why? Because he got game.
He does.
He does.
And he shoots about probably 7,000. He's there before anybody. There before the janitors open up the arena.
He has a secret key to all
Yeah.
28.
Yeah. So we got the
28?
skeleton key.
Oh, yeah, he's got the skeleton key. That's a secret.
How about this, guys? Game of horse. Actually, not even game of horse. 3-point shootout. Both seed versus Ray Allen. Who you got?
Bosi.
Is this
Bosi with blindfolds on.
Ray Allen.
See, Bosi, I guess I tried to help.
We had to.
I tried, Bosi.
All right. Well, what if Steve Kerr was the referee?
And there's a referee in 3-point
Yes.
shootout?
Make sure he does not cross the line.
Ray Allen.
Bosi. Bosi. Bitten Ford. Bosi and Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
We always joke about that because Bosi, and I quote, said he could beat Steve Kerr one-on-one because one-on-one is indeed a different man's game.
Truly.
True.
But this was also 8 years ago.
Sorry, Bosi.
Steve Kerr had a little bit of juice left in the leg.
I don't think Bosi could beat Steve Kerr now.
Also, the Knicks heard
Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
Derek Fisher, that's right.
What is
Derek
it? Five
Fisher.
years, 25.
Yeah,
5 years, 25.
But to me, he's gonna be a puppet. Phil Jackson's.
It's actually gonna tell him what to do.
But here's the thing about that. Here's the thing: is Derek Fisher knows the triangle
He does.
better than almost anybody else who's available. Better than anyone who's available to the coach right now at this moment. So if Phil Jackson can coach him. They said it today on First Take. Phil Jackson's going to be coaching that team in the offseason. Fisher's going to learn under Jackson how to coach that team with the triangle, plus his personal experience. The Knicks could be a potential threat next year under one condition.
Carmelo.
Yeah, Carmelo quits going for 38 and 3 and starts going for 27 and 10.
But here's my question, especially before we go off. Is Carmelo staying or is he opting out?
I think if you get Phil Jackson as a coach, you don't opt out anywhere. I don't give a damn if you're playing in Charlotte. Phil Jackson's your coach, you don't go anywhere.
Well, what if a team like either Cleveland or Chicago comes along? You get to play with either Kyrie Irving or
No, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
That's the X factor.
If I were either one of those teams, I wouldn't pick up Melo. He's a great scorer. He's a great offensive player, but I mean,
And that's it.
I mean, what's the furthest he's ever gotten in the playoffs? Has he gotten out of the first round, or maybe
Second.
the second round once?
Denver.
I think it was.
Denver, I think, advanced to the second round. I don't think they've ever made it to the conference finals.
I think you're right on that.
And I know they haven't done it with the Knicks. I don't know. When's the last time the Knicks made the playoffs? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Well, they made it last year as the 8 seed, and then
That don't
I
count.
think the Heat actually swept them out
Yeah,
of the building.
my point. That's the point I was trying
And
to
they
make.
actually made it with a losing record because the least.
yeah, the East is so terrible. But I mean,
The
the
East-
best team is in the East, in my opinion.
The East was so bad this year. The Pelicans were only, I think, 4 games out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
In the East, and the Pelicans were.
You think LeBron's staying, or is he going after this? Is his final year of his contract.
He's still got more rings to win. Remember? Not 3.
I don't see
not
how.
4.
I don't,
not 5.
Yeah.
Not
I don't
6?
see how you leave if you win the championship. Like,
Yeah.
that's just.
I don't see how you
really-
leave
I-
if you win a 3.
I think they do want to stay together. Right now, I'm leaning towards him staying.
And it's obviously not the money issue. I mean,
Yeah, he's not worried about the
he's
money.
endorsements.
I was about to say he could play
He'll
for
get-
free in the NBA.
He'll get
and
even
still
more, especially if he wins a third one.
He
He'll
got
get
his
even
own.
more.
He got his own spray. For Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of it.
Be, his own spray.
Spray.
Sprite.
Yes.
Yeah, his own
His
Sprite.
own
Yeah.
Sprite.
I said his own spray. Like he has his own.
Probably has that.
He probably does.
Yeah, that's coming next.
LeBron.
Just call it love.
That's it.
Love.
Dude, I got the perfect commercial. We just spray some on you, and I dunk a basketball on a 13-foot goal. Not even a 10-foot. Just like rock and jog it. But
Right. This should be one of our Matt Ryan challenges. Not necessarily us versus each other, but somehow create the most off-the-wall, epic, like promo sports commercial ever. I think we can do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like crush a Gatorade, and just like I go up or down from like 100 from the goal.
Oh, yeah.
The goal.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Camera tricks can make things.
Why do you tell about camera tricks? We don't have any camera tricks.
Not tonight, at least.
No, we don't at all.
Nope.
Everything we do is legit.
Hashtag no filter.
Instagram that. Just like your dinner.
Oh man. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Yep, I'm
Sean,
hungry, speaking
we
of dinner.
appreciate you coming. You are.
Oh, no problem,
Yeah,
guys.
if you want to come back next week, you are more than welcome.
Well, I don't know if I can make the journey, but I could come via Skype or however you.
This is true. We can get you on the smart,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
mobile device. Or
We'll talk more about this World Cup. I'm anxious about it for everybody. I love to see good soccer. So I mean, we'll looking forward
we'll
to
see
it.
what happens. It starts with Brazil and Croatia, I believe, on Thursday. Correct?
I
Yeah,
think so.
Croatia stands no chance.
No.
They'd be
Call-
lucky,
call-
they'd be
call-
lucky if
call
they make it
Vince
out 4-0.
Call Vince McMahon. No chance of hell.
They could be Carnival in the street.
Along with all the strikes going on in the subways right
But
now.
they'll still carve out on the street,
Oh, yeah.
even with the strike.
If you had to pick one team, who you going with?
For the finals?
Yeah, that's it. Let's just call it from the get-go. Let's go for a lucky draw. It's tough regardless.
I got Brazil winning it all, beating Spain in the finals.
Viva España. I think Spain's the most complete team in the world right now. I'd like to see Italy because I'd like to see America make it, but realistically speaking, I'd like to see Italy or Spain in the finals. Those are my two teams.
Yeah, well, I want to go out with Jennifer Lawrence tomorrow night, but that's not happening.
Aside from the American Outlaws, those are my two teams.
I'm going with the good old US of A
US of A.
and a stunner.
And it's stunning.
Vegas odds, just like California Chrome. If you win the Belmont, this is what the USA would have. This is the same thing.
Hey, 250 to 1's not a bad bet.
Is the odds 250 to 1 right now?
250 to 1.
So you telling me if I go to Vegas and put $100 down on USA winning the World Cup and they win, I get 25 grand?
Yes.
Later, y'all.
He's not going.
He-
He's right here.
I'm speechless.
No, but honestly, not USA. Probably, man, it's a tough call. I'll say Germany. They're just the most stacked team in my opinion.
Yeah, they could be the most complete team. An interesting fact before we sign off: the previous 4 World Cups held on South American soil, won by a South American country.
I'm rooting for Argentina too. I love to see Messi do something. Big fan of him. So
Yeah, I think one name you're going to hear a lot of this year. Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Schweinsteiger, they got everybody. They got Lam. They stacked.
Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Oh.
I just his name is the coolest name in all the World Cup. Schweinsteiger. Sounds like an
It's
automobile.
up there. Happy Cisse is a cool name.
Yeah.
As well. There's a couple of different cool names.
As long as they're not yelling Third Reich or something like that, I think we'll be all
Yeah,
right.
some Sig Heil.
With that, my
Listen.
friends.
It's like as long as Israel's not playing, we ain't gonna do that.
or Austria.
Yeah.
I think you're out there.
We're going to have to check out producers if we let this guy back on the show.
Hey,
Wait, but I
Oh,
thought
wait, yep, no, they just approved it. They just approved it. Okay,
With the-
they gave me the 2 thumbs
with the
up.
directors and owners, they work for us.
That's just
we
true.
don't want to be taken out with the FCC with some of these questionable comments.
Yeah, we're not California Chrome's owner. I think we're good to go.
Nope.
Guy went,
Or,
he went ham.
He
or
did- he did
Sterling.
go ham.
or Sterling.
Or Down Sterling.
Who plans on suing the NBA for $1 billion? $1 billion.
He's probably gonna win. too.
Probably so.
He's clearly an idiot.
Clearly an idiot, but he's probably
But
going
he's
to win.
rich.
He is. I mean,
But he's an idiot. But he's rich.
Steve, what's the guy, Bomber?
Oh yeah.
Good luck with him. If you got $20 billion, I guess overpaying for a team is worth it. So, what's $2 billion if you got 20?
Right.
Why not?
Here, I'm going to just give you a piece of Microsoft and you give me a basketball team.
Yeah, I'll take an Xbox. That's all. I want.
Hey, it's down to $400 now.
Yeah. So.
All right, I'll wait for another 100.
Yeah, there you go. Wait till Christmas, Ryan.
All right, cool. Hey, Mom. I know you're watching. I see how many viewers we have right now.
Yes.
2.
1,000.
Pop the Molly. I'm sweating.
That's those lights taking 10 years off our faces.
Yep.
Anyway, with that said, good night, America.
Always fun.